Hey everybody, Sean Halley here at the Hobby Shop Studios in Los Angeles. I want to talk to you about the brand new SonicPort VX, which is the update to our popular SonicPort interface for mobile iOS devices and also Mac and PC. There's a whole series of videos that we're going to be doing on how to for things like recording vocals and guitars and drums and things. But at first, I wanted to take you through the actual device and show you what's new and what's different. As you can see, it resembles the original SonicPort. It has a lot of high-quality I/O inputs and outputs, but it's also been updated to include microphone elements. So it now has 3 different microphone elements in it, a stereo pair and 1 mono. So you can use that to your advantage when you're trying to use it to record. So on the back, you can see it has a guitar input here, which is designed for electric guitars and acoustic guitars. On the bottom, you have 2 1/4-inch outputs to be used with line level, to drive near-field speakers, for instance, things like that. You have a headphone output here in the middle, which is for headphones. And you also have an aux in. It's stereo. And so you can use that for aux line inputs if you want to record a drum machine or a synth or a keyboard or something like that. On the front, you can see that it has 2 different ports. The one on the bottom is to connect to your mobile device via the lightning cable. And the one on the top is actually mini USB. So this is the one you would use to connect to a laptop or a desktop computer. This is the one you would use to connect to your iPad or your iPhone. And you can use them both in tandem. So when you're connected to an iOS device, if this is plugged into USB, it will charge your mobile device, which is fantastic. Now on the other side, you have the direct monitor switch. So if your buffer is set very high on your mobile device and you're getting a lot of delay when you're trying to play a performance in time, you can turn this on and it will route the analog inputs to the headphones. So you'll have no latency in your performance, and when you push play, your performance will be in sync with the music you were hearing. It comes with mobile pod software, so you can use it for great pod tones for guitar and bass. So why don't we plug this into an iPad and check out how it sounds. All right, so now if we switch to the iPad view, you can see all the apps that I've got loaded on my iPad for audio. So I can trigger GarageBand right from here, and I can make a new song. I'm going to want to use an audio recorder track. And you see the little cable icon here? If I click that, and it says Inter-App Audio, and an instrument, I can actually use Mobile Pod as the source for this audio track. So GarageBand has launched Mobile Pod in the background. So you can see now I have the Mobile Pod icon here in the top left, and if I click it, I get Mobile Pod. So I'm recording in the background so that we can listen to this audio later and sync it up to the camera. So here's Mobile Pod now. So I've got my amp and cabinet and my entire signal chain here. This preset has gate, an empty block I can put something in, wah, another empty block, amp and cabinet, volume, chorus, and a verb. And it sounds like this. Which is cool. I can also load different sounds. So I've got a wet chorusy kind of a solo. Kind of fun, actually. I can change the amp if I want. So you can see that there's a bunch of different amps in here. Some that are clean, some that are dirty. So you'll be able to find any sound that you're looking for inside Mobile Pod. So now I can go into GarageBand, hit the tracks icon, and look at the audio that I recorded. So right there is my guitar part. So now SonicPort VX has integrated completely into my iPad's audio environment, acting as the inputs and outputs for any of the audio apps that I'm currently running. Nothing to configure, nothing to set up, plug it in and you're ready to go. So hopefully that gives you some reasons why you might want to check out a SonicPort VX. There's a whole series of videos on tips and tricks and best practices on recording vocals and guitars and drums and things like that. So check out the entire series, and when you're done, download the free Mobile Pod app and go pick up a SonicPort VX and get recording. Thanks and cheers.